Hey, beautiful people. How are you today? I hope that you are well. So, today we're going to talk about the housing market. So, we got inflation going on. So, the current mortgage rate as of today is 7.08%. Just so you know where we're at, we're around 7. So, people usually want it to be around 5, but it has been like way higher than 7 in the past for people who have been in real estate for like 20 years. They've seen way higher rates than 7 before. But that's where it is right now. And so they are noticing a trend, and this trend is for flippers. They're looking at the flippers. So basically, the flippers are losing money. So what they do, they buy a house, they fix it up, and they sell it. And the intention is to get a profit. And they get a profit like 50K, for example, is an average, profit that a flipper would get. So they're noticing that the flippers are losing money. They lose money on 1 out of 7 homes that they sell. This is because the home prices are soaring up so high. So they buy it, they fix it up, and then the price is too high where people don't want to buy it. Like the demand is low right now. So the house prices are high, mortgage rates are high, the demand is low. Now this is according to the media, the demand is low. But behind the scenes, people are still buying. So it just depends on what your circumstance is, if you're ready or you're not. So what's happening now is forcing the investors to sell at a loss. They're looking at the flippers, of course. So as of February, they record a loss of 14.5% of homes sold. This is the highest since 2016. So 14.5% loss in February. Comparing it to March, 2.8%. So they're looking at what people are doing, and apparently somebody has a job of calculating these percentages, and they're looking at months. So they know how much money they lost in February. They know how much money they lost in March. So all of this is being recorded. So there's a 40.7% decrease in overall home purchases when we're just looking at how many people are buying houses. They say it's a 40.7% decrease in overall home purchases. So the prices are high. As far as people losing money, they're talking about the flippers. So they gave an example. The hardest hit area is in Phoenix. So over in Phoenix, they're noticing a 30% loss of money. So they gave an example. So in Phoenix, an agent bought a home for $450,000, then put $50,000 of work in it. So that's a total of $500,000, and then end up selling it for $480,000. So they put in $500,000, then sold it for $480,000. So lost $20K, and that's happening over in Phoenix for the flippers. So the hardest hit area is Phoenix. The next hardest hit area is Las Vegas, 28% loss. Then they had Jacksonville, Florida in the third running with a 20.9% loss. Then they have Sacramento, California, 20.2% loss, followed by Charlotte, North Carolina, 17.4% loss. So this is going on with the flippers. They are saying that they're looking at Florida, and South Florida is resilient. So this is going on with the flippers. So what is the bottom line? If you get into real estate or you're already into real estate, don't flip. Now you can do whatever you want, right? And some people choose to do, some people focus on only flipping and they're successful at it. And then other people do a mixture, like flip and do long-term hold, so people are doing mixtures. But I would say don't flip. Reason why? Um, better just buy it and hold it, because if you're a flipper, you're going to make that profit. But if you're doing it now and you're in certain areas, you're going to take a loss. But generally speaking, say if we're in a normal market, when you flip, you're flipping to make that profit. But if you buy and you hold, then it appreciates. So you got 50K right now, but if you had held that property for, let's say, 20 years, you have $1 million appreciation. Flip? Do you want to flip, or do you want to get appreciation? So the choice is yours. So this is what is going on with the flippers. So the bottom line, they're noticing a disturbing trend in real estate when it comes to flippers, that they are not doing well right now in certain areas. They named Phoenix. Of course, other areas are fine. So it's only the areas that are seeing their prices surge. They're having difficulty in the areas where the prices are surging, going up high. And that's Phoenix, Las Vegas, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. But other areas where the prices may just be going up mildly, then they may be okay. So what's the bottom line? Bottom line, don't flip, hold, and get the appreciation. Choice is yours, though. And then the other thing is, they're saying that the demand is low and people are not buying. So you should know that even though the media is saying that the housing market is really bad now because of inflation and people aren't buying, behind the scenes, there's still people buying. And this is mainly real estate investors, people who are building a portfolio because they know that this creates wealth, and they know it creates peace, and they know it creates financial stability. So real estate investors, they're still buying. Some are, depending on your situation. So everybody's in a different situation. So there are some that are still buying. Keyword some. Some that are still buying, and what they're doing is they're not going for the big, huge multifamily or the big, huge commercial building. Um, they're buying those cheaper homes, those $50,000, $60,000 homes. They're Airbnb, or they're doing rent by the room, where you have maybe you got 5 rooms and you're charging rent for this person, you're charging rent for this person, rent for that person, rent for that person, rent for that person. So when you do that, you're going to be okay no matter what the mortgage rate is, because you're not doing what the everyday person is doing. You're Airbnb or you're renting by the room, and that's what they're doing. They're buying cheap $50,000 houses, $60,000 houses, $65,000 houses. So that's what's happening behind the scenes with some real estate investors. Again, other people, it's just not the right time, and that's fine also. Then the other bottom line is, if you are a first-time home buyer, then go ahead to NACA. You know about the NACA program. Buying your first home is going to take a while anyway. It's going to take time anyway. So you might as well get started and head on over to NACA. This is a long process. If you're going through a long process, but it's worth it. So um, if you're a first-time home buyer, if you're in a good situation, I wouldn't just be waiting around for the interest rates to go down. I would be heading over to NACA, and you don't buy now, but you go through the process now. It's a long process for first-time home buyers. And then you buy when you're ready. Um, when that mortgage rate is comfortable for you, when that monthly bill is comfortable for you. So if you're a first-time home buyer, um, it's no rush. If you're a first-time home buyer, but you might as well get started by heading over to NACA. Like I said, it's a process. Like you don't get the home immediately like that. So you might as well just start the process, and then you can sign on the dotted line when things go down, when things go back to normal. But you are working on it now. You know what I mean? You're working on it now. You're going through the process now. Like NACA, they want a lot of things. They want your paperwork on a weekly basis. Um, they're going to be looking at your credit card debt. So it's a whole process. And then you are going to be looking at homes and trying to figure out what area you want to live in. Like, it's a lot to figure out. Like, where do you even want to live? So you might as well get started with that process now, and then sign on the line when the interest rates go back to normal. But at least you will have everything in place instead of just waiting till the interest rates go back to normal and then you start. So again, it is up to you. Whatever you do is up to you. So that is what is going on in the housing market. They are looking at the flippers. So chime in. Let me know your thoughts. If you're a flipper, let me know in the comments what's going on in your market. What are you seeing? All right. If you like the channel, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also, leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.